Hey, welcome in everybody. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Tarot, and this is going to be a general message for whoever. And so I felt the need to drop into the heart center. I felt this very strong blocked energy in somebody's heart center. So take the message how it resonates. Don't cram yourself into the message. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video, share the video, especially if you're resonating with the message. And remember that this is all about guidance. And so I'm not here to tell you what to do. The cards certainly aren't here to tell you what to do. They're just here to kind of push you, give you a nudge in the right direction. And so all tarot messages are about self-empowerment and taking a step in the right direction. So there's this blocked energy coming through, okay? There's this very stuck, blocked energy coming through. And so maybe it's an old sense of abandonment. Maybe there's an old grief here when it comes to a lingering heartbreak in the past, even if it's a long past heartbreak, okay? A long past event when it comes to an ending, recent or not, there's a blocked energy on the heart, okay? So this could be you, this could be somebody you're connected with, but this is stopping somebody here from really attracting the love that they are seeking. And so there's a big undercurrent of soul suppression, depression, unhappiness here. It's really time to heal this old, stuck hurt so you can move on into a more prosperous cycle. And so we can't bypass the pain. We can't band-aid over the pain. We can't go from relationship to relationship and think that this old pain doesn't exist or pretend that it doesn't exist. The pain needs to be fully released with intention. And so how do you do that? You got to love yourself. You got to love yourself with the purest intentions that you seek from all of this external validation around you. And so how can you open up your heart? I'm not sure. We're going to dig into the cards here. But the energies are very loud. Open up your heart. Let love in. Let love rule and stop bypassing the work that needs to be done. So let's go a little bit further with the cards and let's see what other messages need to come through. And so I was really guided to use the Denise Lynn Sacred Traveler cards today. So let's see what needs to come through with this deck, and we get into it, and we gotta hold the course. This is like, hey, taking that telescope, is it a telescope? I think so, and really examining the wound so you can move forward to the future. And so, you know, you can see the distant future there. You got to stay focused. You got to hold the course, and you do got to trust that there is a divine plan. And so the desert passage, this is feeling like a very long, lonely journey. And so there is a need to open up the heart. The heart is the gateway receptor to all of these intuitive psychic insights that we receive. And if the heart is blocked, the messages will not come through with clarity. And so there could have been maybe a ghosting situation. This could mean addressing old addictions connected to an abandonment wound. I do feel grief here that has likely been stuffed down, and you're about to experience some type of breakthrough. So a breakthrough is at hand here. And so stay focused. Stay focused on your goals, but don't bypass the spiritual work of going into the pain and walking through it. So what do we got? We got Gates of Triumph. It's time to walk through this sacred passageway. That is where true victory lies. And so success is going to expand in your life the second you expand and open up this heart chakra. So let's see what we got. We got the cleansing waters. So the cleansing waters are asking you to go through this purification, to go through this activation, so you can restore your vibrant life force energy, so you can get back into the flow. And so everything is going to be okay. Maybe not till around Christmas time. That's when a lot of these energies are going to be stationing direct. I think Chiron stations direct like the day before Christmas. And so everything is working out according to divine plan. So trust in the process. Bottom of the deck, you will reach that final destination. So the light is shining brightly down on some type of core wound, and you're going to need to trust that this is expanding your life force energy through this purification process. So let's read into the cleansing waters, because that's definitely feeling like a heart purge, a heart cleansing. So let's see if I can find the cleansing waters quickly. Cleansing waters is on page 35. Well, isn't that interesting? 35, key 35 in the tarot is the Nine of Wands. It is the wounded healer. And so there is a core wound here that needs to be unearthed, that needs to be brought to the surface in order for you to go through this breakthrough. So let's get on to it and let's see. So there's some type of activation when it comes to purifying yourself and your surroundings. And so you have to clear that blocked energy so you can create space. You have to clear out the clutter. You have to clear out the pain. You have to clear out and release maybe an old belief surrounding an abandonment wound. There's definitely some stuck, stagnant energies coming through here. And so when we're stuck in these stagnant energies, it's like auric grunge. And so you might have picked up other people's grunge as well along the way. But in order to go through a cleansing and a purification of yourself, you have to let go of the old. Maybe you have to let go of an old heartbreak where maybe somebody discarded you and left you at rock bottom. Maybe you need to just drink some more water to cleanse the body as well. But when you purify yourself, you become a clearer channel for light. You become a clearer channel when it comes to bringing forward messages with honest intentions. And so there's a healing journey here that is being supported. And so sometimes the journey happens periodically. We go through many layers of this cleansing process. And so you might find yourself crying a lot of tears like a waterfall when it comes to dissolving this old heartbreak and dissolving these old limiting beliefs. And so you are being asked to stand in the rain, to let the rain flow through you so you can understand how powerful your life force energy is. And so with the intent of purifying your life, this greater energy can begin to emerge. So let's go a little bit further with the tarot and let's dig in with the Angel Wisdom Tarot deck today for this message for whoever. So we got the 10 of Wands. I think you're working too hard. You're working too hard at denying some type of truth. Nothing ever gets you where you need to go when you're in a state of denial. And so there's a need to go into this truth. There's a need to understand why you've denied it. It's like the truth is there, hidden below the surface. And this is a burden. And so the only way to release the burden of stagnancy is to walk through the pain. And so you might need to ask people for help. I think this has caused a lot of health problems, maybe heart issues due to the overwhelming stress of denying a certain truth connected to a heartbreak or an abandonment wound. But 10s are completions, 10s are endings. And so it's kind of time to close the book on a past pain here. So let's get 9 of these cards out. Let's see what else needs to come through. I want you to keep in mind this is not sign specific, guys. This is just a message for whoever. So if you would like to book a more personalized reading from me, check out the description box below. There will also be a link down below in the comments section. But there's definitely a need to heal an old abandonment wound here for sure. The 5 of Coins in reversed, the Queen of Pentacles upright, and the Fool. And so there's a need to release negative thoughts. There's a need to face these challenges. There's a need to walk through the fear of this old abandonment wound so you can be grounded, so you can become more stable. I do feel there's an energy here of, hey, you've got a lot of love to give, but you got to start giving that to yourself. You're going to have to push fears aside. You're going to have to walk through the valley of the shadow of death if you are to take that leap towards a new beginning. And so the Fool doesn't bring the past baggage with them. The Fool takes nothing with them but the trust in their heart. And so something about timing here. A passage of time has gone by. And so this is allowing you to really be more practical about how you proceed in relationships, probably. And then we get the 10 of Wands again. And so this is a long-standing burden. The 9 of Wands. There is a deep-seated core abandonment wound. And maybe you're always prepared to be hurt in love. So that means you're not really fully open to love. So we get the 3 of Wands in reverse. We get the Star. We've got healing. We've got the 7 of Swords. And we got awakening. So we get Pisces energy. We get Aquarian energy. I feel Aries energy. Bottom of the deck, we get the Magician reversed. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. and the Six of Cups in reverse. So there's an old addictive cycle here. There is an old pain here. There is an old heartbreak when it comes to some type of ending. Maybe you were dealing with a pathological liar. Maybe you were dealing with a master manipulator that had you convinced, hey, they're loyal, they're dedicated, they're in it for the long haul. But I feel a very dark energy here, and there was some type of separation or ending. But there's a need to recognize there is something very unhealthy here. So you can't deny the pain. You can't deny the ending, because then it will lead you down the pathway of addictions. Maybe somebody here has used addictions as a form of masking, dealing with this old hurt. But the central energy is the Nine of Wands, is the wounded healer, is that core wound coming through. And so if you're always prepared to protect yourself, defend yourself, then you're not really completely open to love. And so I do feel this energy of like, it isn't always about winning. It isn't always about coming out on top. So I just feel like there was some type of separation or ending that kind of knocked the wind out of you. It was probably unexpected. It was probably like getting the rug pulled out from under you. Whether you realize it or not, it was to guide you along this healing path. And so if things are dark, if things are bleak, you're going to have faith in the future. I think this is about getting really honest with yourself. I do feel somebody here has held a secret deep inside. Maybe you thought you could move on from a past heartbreak and not have to sit in that truth. But the truth always has a funny way of coming to light. And so there is this awakening happening. And so you're not a victim here. You're never a victim of your circumstances. You've always got the power to take control back of your life. And people can only victimize you if you allow them to victimize you. And so stop playing the martyr. Stop playing the victim. There's this energy of Archangel Raphael saying, hey, yep, you've been stuck. You've been suspended in time. Maybe you needed to gain reflection. Maybe you needed to gain some insights about a heartbreak in order for you to see it in a whole new light. But there is definitely this unwise choice. And I feel like maybe you don't feel like it was an unwise choice. I'm telling you, there's a better way here. There is a better way here. And so stop over romanticizing how things used to be. Walk right through the pain, and that's leading you right to a brand new beginning. And so there is a need to move on from a past sense of betrayal, a past sense of heartbreak that might have really put you in a state of depression, dark night of the soul. So let's clarify the Nine of Wands. I just feel like maybe this is going to be a process over the next 9 months of releasing this burden. Maybe finding people to help you out in order to decide what's next, in order to go towards victory. We got the Emperor in reversed with the Nine of Wands. We got the King of Swords upright. We got the King of Wands in reverse. There is some type of major denial of a past heartbreak. There's also this underlying energy of like sacred rage. Maybe somebody couldn't see the bigger picture. There's this very unemotional, cold, detached energy. And we could have somebody in another relationship that never fully dealt with the previous ending, and they're really not actually emotionally available in that other relationship. We got somebody here overly sensitive to criticism. We could have a masculine here that has not healed from a past heartbreak. Maybe this masculine abandoned this Queen of Coins, but the Queen is the one that's upright here. She's grounded and she's stable. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but it's like somebody didn't keep their eyes on the bigger picture is what it feels like. And maybe somebody was just overly logical. Somebody's all up in their head. And there is a need to drop into the heart if you are to reorganize structure and discipline in your life. There's a need to close out a cycle, a past cycle. Maybe somebody walked away before something even got off the ground. This is about maybe finishing what was started. But there is a deep sense of abandonment, whether this queen was abandoned or this masculine was abandoned. Maybe you were abandoned by a father or a mother, and this has been a negative, repetitive cycle in all of your relationships. And it's kind of time to have this epiphany or this awakening to close out a long-standing cycle. And so, like you said, the Fool takes nothing with them. And so something about Saturn retrograde is saying, hey, you got to dig deep into this wound. You got to excavate it. You got to walk through the pain so you can take that leap of faith in a new direction. When you do that, you are going to have freedom to do whatever it is that you want. So the heartbreak is the path of spiritual enlightenment. So let's get some crystal stone deck cards on this one. Get real with your truth. Shanghai, get real with your truth here. It's time to reclaim your energy. It's time to get real. It's time to go through the fire when it comes to a heartbreak with whomever that's been with. But I do feel somebody here is really needing to get honest with themselves, and it very well could be this king. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, we got Aries, Leo, Sag. And so in order to let the good vibes flow, you got to walk through the darkness of the negative energy. And so say yes to this new adventure. Say yes to this purification process. So what else do we got here? I feel strong Aquarian energy, very strong Aquarian energy attached to this King of Swords. So let's get into it. Maybe there's a king here that kind of walked away. They weren't honest with themselves. And this heartbreak is coming back to bite them in the butt. And maybe they've held this deep inside as a secret. But I feel something about by Christmas time, you'll have your center again. This is about getting your mind right too. Maybe somebody thought they were too smart for their own good. Maybe they thought they could just walk away and get over it and not have to deal with the pain. But somebody here, I feel, is completely lost in their thoughts. We get Aragonite, which is asking somebody to find their center. And so when the mind rules, because the mind is such a very powerful thing, we have so many subconscious motivations that we're not even aware of. Somebody's mind, I think, is running wild, and they've really dragged their butt on this healing process. And so there's a lot of cerebral energy, I feel, very heady energy connected to this King of Swords. But you're going to have to get your mind right by getting your heart right. And so there is like a major karmic reset going on here. And so this old heartbreak is bursting back onto the scene. And so if you're feeling out of alignment, it's because you cannot think your way through the spiritual journey. You actually have to drop into the heart center, and you have to feel your way through the journey. And so somebody here might need to retreat into their shell. Cancer, I heard Cancer. Somebody might need to retreat into their shell in order to get square with the universe. And so there's somebody here that's really pretended that they've not been hurt, and wherever they are, it's not sustainable. There's a lack of balance there. And so somebody really needs to get their mind right. I just feel an old cycle is coming back up. There's a lot of fear, I think, a lot of fear about going into the depths of this pain, because I think it's going to trigger somebody's deep-seated insecurities, to be honest. And so I do feel you're going to have to get acquainted with that fear. You're going to have to say, hello, darkness, my old friend. And you're going to have to walk through the fire on this one. And so I do feel in order to inject yourself with passion and confidence again, you're going to have to go into the heart and release this blocked energy. You can't hold it down. You can't keep stuffing it down. And so it's really time to wake up. It's like somebody's been sleeping on themselves here. And so this energy is saying, hey, you got to find the balance. You got to release the struggles. You got to find your solid ground again. And so maybe somebody has been a workaholic to avoid dealing with this heartbreak, but it's time to let go of it all. It's time to let go of it all so you can start anew. And that is what I have for a message for whoever today. So I really hope this helped. I really hope this resonated. If you would like to book a more personalized reading from me, please feel free to check out the description box below. Check out the comment section. I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.